Podcast City Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get it on!
Come into the ring, step into the fire, see what you want, baby. If your heart has desire, get up, get knocked down. Deathmatch Russell Podcast, Deathmatch Russell Podcast, Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
Good evening, everyone, and you're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. My guest at this time, he is the owner of Damage365. He is the head writer and booker at Titan Championship Wrestling and Goddesses of War, Kevin S. Nasty. How you doing, my friend?
What's going on?
How was that? That was perfect. One breath. One breath.
That was good. That was good. You got a couple things wrong there, but it's a. We'll let you slide.
All right. I'll slide. All right. Failure. Okay. Go back to my old podcast from one of those audio shit. Okay, way back in 1953 or whatever the hell decade we did our first one. But anyway, what's going on, Kevin? How you doing? Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Just finished up a convention this weekend in Parsippany, New Jersey. We did very well. Asylum Superstore put on an awesome convention called Wrestle Bash. Drew about 600 plus fans and just smashed expectations.
That's you know what fans
very well run. Very well run.
I just want to say, you know what, fans always love a good convention. You know that everybody loves a good convention. Spend a couple dollars, go broke. Hey, go home happy, and tell your stories to your kids and the little ones and everybody else and your friends, and just say, hey, I had a great time at a convention today. What did you do? I walked around and met a whole bunch of legends and people that I grew up watching. We watched as kids and stuff, and new talent that's out there that people need to see, and especially they need to see some people from two particular companies, Titan Championship Wrestling and Goddesses of War.
Yes.
Because we recently we just brought in a brand new talent of the Goddesses division, and she just tore the house down at a last show that we attended, and she was a part of Amanda Fuentes.
Yes.
And what was your thoughts about bringing her in? She was one of those people I liked right off the bat.
She's got a lot of drive. Amanda is someone that's goal driven. She's a little bit different than some of these girls on the scene now. A lot of these girls are younger, so they got more time to work on their craft, to master it. Amanda's a little older than them, so she is a smaller timetable, smaller window of opportunity. So, she's going to try to max out every opportunity she has. Right now she's the reigning defending Goddess of War wrestling champion. She's got a huge match coming up in September at Causing Damage for Titan Championship Wrestling, taking on the full champ Vicious Vicky. So it's going to be a test for her. She's not a veteran of the business. She's young in the business despite being older than a lot of the talent. So this is going to be a learning experience. Win, lose, or draw. This is going to be a learning experience for her. And but it's good also to have Vicious Vicky back in the fold, healthy and ready to go. And she's another one of those New Jersey, Northeast, tri-state area female talents that a lot of people see on the indie scene up here, but not many across the United States or down south. So with Goddesses of War and the rebranding and the relaunching, the remarketing strategy and everything that we're doing, we hope to change all that and get these young ladies all the exposure that they deserve, and let all the hard work pay off.
And not only those ladies, we have we have two other females that are going to be going at it causing damage. Dina Steele and Nikki Duke.
Nikki Duke.
My gosh,
you know, that's going to be a good match between the two of them. And a funny fact about that is that they're actually wrestling each other earlier in the day for another company, and then continuing that fight at Titan Championship Wrestling. You know, we don't know if there's going to be a Dina Steele, Nikki Duke 3. We have no idea. I guess it all depends on how the two outcomes come along. But we're also going to have a third women's match. It's going to be the pre-show showcase. It's going to feature Becker Wiley, who was actually involved in that triple threat for the championship. Her opponent has not yet been named, but she will also be on the card.
Ooh, so fans, you know what? Get yourself out to Titan, Tom's River, because we're going to be causing some damage with these females right here, and it's going to be great. Yeah. I love it. I love it. It's just, you know, and what they bring, you know, the female division now, and we know it. It's tough. It's a tough competition on the scene today, and we look up. You know, we could go on. We could go on a roller coaster and just count how many turns there are of, you know, female talent that are, you know, out there on the independent level that have been featured on such things as Dark and, you know, WWE tryout, or this, you know, being on a spot high stage, NWA, or, you know, TNA and New Japan, Ring of Honor. It's, you know, now we see, you know, and the future of some independent female talent that's really starting to branch out to be the, you know, the best of what they could showcase on the scene today.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. Plain and simple. Yes. We're trying to get these women exposure, not just in New York and New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. You know, we're working on an outreach program that I don't want to go too much into detail yet, because some of the details haven't been worked out. We're going to be working with other major independent companies all throughout the United States, down south, West Coast, where we're going to be doing talent exchange. We're going to be sending talent to them to showcase our talent on their shows, and then they're going to be sending us talent of theirs to showcase on our shows. I said this on multiple podcasts, and I'll keep saying this. The mid-90s mentality of women's booking is over and done with in my mind. These girls are going to be pushed to the forefront of professional wrestling. They're going to get the props that they deserve. They're going to get the pushes they deserve. They're going to work shows that they deserve, and they're going to work in front of fans. Okay, and I'm not talking 35, 40 fans that we're normally seeing. Our goal is to put hundreds in these venues to showcase the best of the Northeast has to offer. And then, of course, if we're showcasing other companies' talents, you know, we have to uphold what we're saying. We can't bring over, you know, let's say, you know, a West Coast star and bring them over here, and then we got 30 people watching them. You know, we have to, you know, we have to knuckle down and market. We got to catch
because we want to catch their eye. We want to catch their eye of who's out, you know, and showcase that, because they deserve that shot and chance to showcase what they have come across the coasts, and, you know, traveling and just company to company to showcase, you know, and bring what they have to the table.
We have a huge marketing strategy that's being put in place, and it'll be taking off in a couple of months, and it's going to be things that have never been done. As far as I know, up here in the Northeast, I don't know. I can't speak for other territories. But I will say in the Northeast, we're going to be doing things, putting strategies in place that have not been done. And you will see a huge, huge difference between the Goddesses of War of 2023 and every other company that's running a women's program.
Yeah, and just to say, Goddesses of War is like one of our WrestleManias of like the women's division. Fans don't realize that we have the top talent. You know, they showcase, and it is, and also congratulations on the brand new launching of the new logo of Goddesses of War, because, you know, fans need to notice that it's a new Titan. You know, we're coming in with some new designs, and it's awesome. Everybody needs to realize the social media is all different now. And yes, I love it. Oh, look at that. Look at that logo.
Yep. I'm already got it all queued in.
Yeah.
We got Tanari Designs. You can hit them up on Facebook. They do pretty much all our custom edit work when it comes to signings with all talents that we bring in. He designed the 3 logos along with the joint TCW and Goddesses logo. He also designed the brand new Goddesses of War Championship title belt that we have not let anybody see yet, but it will be a belt like none other. Going to be absolutely beautiful, and it's going to speak volumes of what we're trying to do here.
That's it. We want people to see what these females, showcase, and like they're the best on what we could bring to the table, and we're proud of them. So we are so proud, Kevin, for all the times when we go to wrestling shows and we just sit, we used to sit in the back, as a fan of wrestling, you watch these girls grow, you watch them have their matches, and it's just, you can see the spark in their eye that they want more and more and more, and they do, and they get to have that opportunity. And what Goddesses provides is that opportunity to show who's the top, who's the best on the East Coast, on the scene today as well,
Well, that's the goal. The goal is to take the female talent that we have available to us now and put them on a different level, and also to welcome in some lesser known names and put them on a platform so now they become more known names. And of course, we're going to bring in your occasional major TV star to one of the shows. Our goal is storylines. We want storylines to be told throughout the show, from show to show, not one and dones. We want storylines that carry over from working with our company and then going somewhere else and working with their company and carrying the storylines across promos from one company to another. Like I said, we're going to do what other companies that can't be done, and that's work with everybody in the independent field that's willing to do honest business and put the female talent in the forefront, to put their pride and their egos to the side and do what we're supposed to be doing, and that's promote women's wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You said it right there, Kevin. And also, not only the Goddesses. Let's talk Titan, man. Titan has some good stuff coming. We got that causing damage, and we're going to be making our debut in Brick Township, New Jersey, as well, coming up pretty soon in October.
Yeah, I took a look at the card. The card's doing well. I mean, I don't have much say or pull when it comes to Titan Championship shows, but
it's gonna
be, they got my total support. They're the parent.
They have
company,
my support.
So
they have
they go. We go.
Yes, we travel.
Said, we
travel.
Women's. Yep, we have 3 women's matches on the show, so I'll be involved as far as that aspect of it. But as far as the rest,
you'll be on comment as well. You'll be on the commentary.
I will be on commentary.
That's gonna be great,
Mr. Bob podcast guy over the. He's taking taking a weekend off. He's taking a weekend off.
Yeah.
Hacker.
But good, it's great to you'll get that's something that's on my bucket list to do, is go to a show and commentate. I'd never done that at a show, commentate ever at a wrestling. That's one of those things to do. Ooh, maybe Bricktown.
I'm just a color commentator. I'm not the broadcaster. I'm not doing the play-by-play. I'm just gonna drop in those awesome those awesome little drop-ins. A la Bobby Heenan, Jesse Ventura, Jerry Lawler, stuff like that. I'm not schooled enough to call a wrestling match. I've been bred into the baseball world. I worked for Major League Baseball for 15 years, so I kind of I'm bred for the speed of baseball, not really the speed of wrestling. So, but I can add content. So I'll get interesting, and I'll keep the broadcasters on their toes.
Yes, the fans will like that. And fans will be, when they listen on Mobify TV, when we put it out there on the Mobify TV network, and just had totally thought I lost my network because I just reinstalled my phone. I was having issues with Facebook. I was like, oh boy, I better get this all straightened out before I have my podcast, right? With the big announcements that we have coming, because we have a lot coming up. I mean, really, absolutely. And fans don't realize, that Titan is going to be. They're actually going to be taking a little trip as well, aren't they? They're going to be traveling, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I don't know what's been publicly said.
I saw that. Yeah, it's out there on our Titan website, so fans can see that.
It's on the intraweb. So yeah, I mean, they're going to be doing those down in North Carolina.
And
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. I wish I could travel, but I guess I'll save my vacation for another time.
It's literally half my life.
Yeah.
I spend inside my car driving it all around the United States. I can't even tell you the amount of miles I drive a year.
Yeah, I was looking back and telling my friend, I was looking back at Kevin. I was looking back at like last time I actually traveled was to Chicago. Probably was 2018 to see Marcus Crane.
Okay.
In the his real last show, Game Changer's first appearance, like at Freelance Underground. What an experience that was! One of those promotions that you're like, wow, in a brewery of all places. So we were drinking beer all night long, and then they closed the next day. They closed the whole place. They closed. Like, holy cow! Like, what the hell?
You guys drank them out of inventory.
Probably did. Of course. But no, it's always a good time, man. It just good, we do good business with a lot of good, just travel, and everybody travels. It's a great experience, fans. If you've ever done that, get out and go check it. Just go to a show,
Absolutely.
It's what
get on the road, see the world,
or a convention is if you can't. Also, And Kevin, I was gonna ask you this. Maybe, I'm sure that's up. I'm sure that's going to be coming up in the line, Fan Fest for Titan, and I'm sure something like that's going to be in the works. And Goddesses, I'm sure that's in the works too. I can't say.
That's in the works for February when we launch the D365 Cup, which is going to be a tournament of 16 women battling it out to become the number one contender. We'll also have a championship match on that card as well. The show will feature at one major TV talent, could be two. Depends on how creative I get, but there definitely will be one. And during that show, the new belt will be unveiled, and the champion at that time will be presented with the new title. I'm sure at some point they're going to be presented with the number one contender as well. We'll be chasing them down. And the pre-show 2 hours before the show starts, we're going to be doing a fan fest where the fans get to come out, meet and greet all the talent. Doesn't matter if they're heel or face. You got to put them on separate sides of the room. That's fine. But we want the fans to meet the talent, interact with the female talent,
get the fan
to make some money, and
get the fan experience. The fan experience, and that's what it's all about.
So, I mean, there's more details that are going to come out about that. We also have some other ideas for fan interaction during intermission. That's going to be something that's never been done, and we're cool. Treating this like we're going to treat this like a legit show. It's not going to be, kind of like WWE handled Evolution, where it was a glorified house show. No pyro, no real railings, generic ring skirts, like just no respect whatsoever. This
not going to have not going to be like one of those going to be those tied the little caution tape roped up banisters.
No, absolutely
guardrails.
The rings are going to be decked out with goddesses of war banners. There's going to be goddesses of war curtains everywhere. The logo is going to be front and center. This is going to be the girls are going to be the focus of the shows. There's going to be no distractions from anything else. No. This is why Goddesses is its own entity. It's a totally different company. Despite being part of Titan Championship Wrestling, it's its own company. So, whatever Titan does. This is a totally different company. So we have to hold it to a higher level than Titan, because Titan setting the bar, we have to raise the bar, because if we don't keep raising the bar, people aren't going to show up. and then we just literally would have wasted everybody's time. So this is like I said, the marketing strategy is going to be
and
tremendous.
Kevin, once the goddesses have their sponsorships, you know who's going to be aboard. So Deathmatch Wrestling Podcast.
Look, I mean, name one company in the East Coast that's running a women's program that they're looking to do all women as far as podcasting, broadcasting, ring announcer, referees, talent, managers, from top to bottom. This is what we want. It's not only about the wrestlers. It's about female empowerment. It's about showcasing that women in wrestling, not just women in the wrestling ring, women in wrestling are going to get pushed to the forefront. So podcasters are going to get their stuff promoted. Ring announcers are going to get showcased on the streams and on the DVDs and whatever other ways that we decide to distribute the content. The broadcast team is going to be on every show, and people are going to be asking, "Oh my God, who are they?" And they're going to get their 15 minutes of fame every single show. The referees, they're going to be on the stream every single show. Whether it's 2 or 3 female referees a show, they're going to be out there. You're not going to see me in the ring making announcements and talking stupid crap. I'm going to be in the back, minding my business, letting these women run, do what they do.
Watching the monitor, watching the
content.
Watching the monitor.
I'll be there to the piece, and I'll if that means I have to name a female general manager of the company to go out there and tell the fans what's coming up in the future, then so be it. I mean, look, it's all about marketing. It's all about strategy. And, I've done this a long time. I have multiple degrees in this field. And, I've owned multiple businesses and successful businesses in my lifetime. And, I'm resting on those laurels. I am resting on that experience. Now it's time for Kevin to gain the confidence of everybody.
Now it's time
for no. It's not time. It's not for me to show. No. I'm gonna show. I'm gonna show you goddesses of war wrestling. That's what I'm gonna show you. I have nothing to. I ain't showing nothing. I ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
I know.
You might see me poking my head out the curtain just to make sure, nothing's on fire. That's about it.
Yes, or a broken table or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah. If we need another table, that's okay.
Yeah, but my God, man, Kevin, have you caught any recent shows recently? I've been watching a lot of, just AEW catching up and stuff. I've been doing my catch up on.
I'll be honest with you, I really don't watch.
No, yeah.
If talent reaches out to me that I've worked with and ask me, hey, I'm on TV today or tomorrow or whatever, and then I'll hop on. I'll watch Thunder Rosa, rip the house down. I'll watch Nyla Rose, bitch slap people. I'll watch Nikki Cross fly across the ring doing a superhero thing. If I worked with them, that's great. If I need to learn about new talent that are interested in doing bookings with D365, then I log on and I do my research. I watch YouTube content.
There's a lot of there's so much.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much.
You can't book the people I book and not know who they are. And those promoters who bring in talent and have no idea what they're dealing with. They have no idea who these people are, just having a conversation with them because they have no idea where these people live. They have idea where they work out of, no idea about their history. They just know that, oh my God, this girl is popular. She's on TV, so let me book her. Anybody could do that.
Anybody could get a quick, but it's good for them to get it noticed on the dark platform of AEW, which really, But man, Kevin, I'll tell you what, man. Last thing I'll tell you what. I was up in Atlantic City for that Game Changers show a couple weeks back, and man, I got lucky, and I got to go to a free WWE show. How about that? I went to that Hard Rock.
You're talking about the one in the Hard Rock Cafe,
the Stunner. Yeah. I actually
I had a show, and I just you know what, I was there 2 weekends before in Atlantic City for personal reasons.
Yeah.
And I just hate making that. I hate making that drive, to be honest with you. Nikki Cross was nice enough to give us tickets, but I told her, I was like, look, I don't want to make this drive again.
I'll tell you what, lady just needed a damn phone charger for me. Like, okay, I need a charge. And she gave me a floor seat. I was like, you probably saw my video I threw out there. It was really great. Like, I saw Sheamus and the Usos, and I was like, wow, you know what? And it's great to see that Sheamus is still looking good as always. You know, I can't remember the last time I even seen him wrestle, like way back in, like, you know, the Madison Square Garden or at the Prudential Center. You know, it's like
I'm Sheamus at this point is probably on the light schedule. You know, due to his age and the amount of bumps he's taken in his career, and that's the guy's he's earned it.
But I tell you what, I got to see Ricochet. My gosh, it was great to see. At least I got to see him wrestle Gunner, that guy Gunner or whatever his name is, Gunner. You know, and I was like, wow, like here's a guy who was an independent wrestler. You know, Ricochet was so popular on the scene. You know, and just where he was. But it was just great. But to see the Usos, and I'm like, wow, man. You know, we're going to be seeing his relative pretty soon, you know, at Titan, at the cost, you know, causing damage. Lance, Lance, well, gosh, there's so many names on it. Lance, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Lance,
New
Eye, yeah. So,
yeah.
But you know what? It's going to be fire. It's going to be causing damage. Everybody's just really causing damage. It's just going to be a chaotic night.
Yeah, it's a very convenient name too. You know,
I know.
I had to go in to rake the announcement about the show, and I kind of cracked a joke, and I was like, "Yeah, the name of the show is Causing Damage," and I kind of looked at David Adams, the ring announcer, and I was just like, I had really nothing to do with that name, and I got a chuckle out of the fans there, so they caught on to what I was saying.
But October 1st, we're coming to my dad's VFW post. It's really nice that we're doing a show at the VFW in Brick Township. And so, you know, I already have one half of the front row sold out for a couple of local neighborhood friends of mine. How's that? For kids to come out.
Nice. That's the Furious show, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Furious
show.
Furious.
Not to be confused with that other guy. Yeah,
whoever he is. We don't
talk about that guy.
No.
Nah, whatever. That guy can do whatever he does, but you know.
Yeah.
The bottom line is whatever Titan does is a Titan thing. It has nothing to do with it.
It is. No. But anyway, Kevin, man, this was so great to have you on. And I was seeing a couple weeks. I was seeing a couple weeks at the show. And
yeah, man, I appreciate it. Appreciate the platform, and appreciate everybody that's watching.
Feel free to plug all the stuff. I probably should have. You should have probably gave me the updated version of everything, but it's okay, right?
It's all right. Look, we're real easy. You know, we're real easy.
I know.
You know, D365Promotions.com, and you literally can access all our social media from there: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You know, it's all accessible through our website, D365Promotions.com. You'll see all the signings that we're doing in multiple areas from New York to Jersey to North Carolina, up and down the East Coast, including Indiana, Tennessee, and stuff like that. You'll be able to see all our goddesses updates, all our social media updates, and yeah, I mean, anybody has any questions or any ladies out there that is a pro wrestler, aspiring pro wrestler, a broadcaster, commentator, ring announcer, referee, or wants to be part of a team, just hit me up at nasta.goddesses@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll review your credentials, and we're going to try to involve as many people as possible when it comes to giving some exposure to the females in the wrestling industry, not just in the ring, but in the industry. And that's our goal. And like I said, when February comes, these ladies are going to be wrestling in front of multiple hundreds of people. And it's going to be a precedence that we're going to set and we're going to run with.
Mm-hmm. So fans, just make sure you check out all the social medias for all his upcoming appearances as well, because he does conventions once here and there. So you never know where you find Kevin and for Goddesses and Tight and there's just so many.
Yeah, you'll find me October 16th in Baltimore, Maryland.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Our next one's October 16th, Baltimore Celeb Fest 5. We have not announced our 2 guests yet, but I guarantee you there'll be 2 that you might want to check out if you're a wrestling fan. 2 old school, not too old school, but I'm talking like 90s and 90s and 90s and up kind of old school.
Yes.
One of the ones we're trying to lock in is also a WWE Hall of Famer. So we're working on it. We're also working on our deals for big event in Queens, November 12th. Also WrestleCade, November 26th in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And possibly we're doing something in December as well. We have not decided yet. I usually take December off because I'm a big Christmas freak. So, but I might do one thing. Yeah, no, I'm like the house that everybody stops and has to take pictures of. So like I got a reputation to keep,
Gotta. You have to, But Kevin, this was so awesome, man. And fans, you know what? Go out and support independent wrestling. Go out and support female talent wrestling because it's the future of wrestling right here and pro wrestling. That's what we always say. Just let it shine. It's their time to shine in the ring, and that's it.
Absolutely. Support good independent wrestling, not just independent. Good.
Yes.
Independent wrestling. There's so many trashy companies out there calling themselves wrestling, and they're not. And you'll know the difference. You'll know the difference 5 minutes into watching it. So support good independent wrestling. Good wrestling and not no crappy federations because they put those little flyers.
I hate those companies that you can tell it's a Photoshop. It's like, okay, did your child make this flyer today?
Yeah, well, that's all part of marketing, bro. That's all it is. If you're gonna give a half-ass, half-ass flyer, expect a half-ass show.
Absolutely, or one person, and that's it. But anyway, Kevin. Fans, make sure you get your tickets, and they're still available at the door for the Causing Damage at September 17th. They are still available at the door and online, I believe. And doors open at I always get this wrong. 8. Let's just say 7 o'clock, right, Kev? Right? Let's see here. I'll take a peek.
That could possibly be it.
6 p.m. Oh, actually,
so
6 p.m.
Doors open at 6, first bell at 7.
Mm-hmm. So fans, check out Titan Championship Wrestling. We'll be in Toms River, New Jersey at the Adrenaline Sports Academy.
Yes.
And that's it. Have a good night, everybody. Till then, good night. And that's it. That's a wrap. Let me close out this crap here. I hit all this stuff here. Good night, everybody. And where do my flyers go? There we go. Close out. Close.
You can find more Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on the following. Just hit the like button and share. You can hear the audio portion of Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes. Social media, Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on Facebook, Twitter at DavidNJ32, Instagram, DavidNJ36, YouTube, David C. Russell, and DeathmatchWrestlePodcast.com. Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. Be creative, be yourself. PodcastCity.net. Facebook, Podcast City Network. Twitter at Podcast City Net. Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast merchandise available. PodcastCity.net/shop. Joners Wrestling Podcast Network. Head over to WrestlingWithJoners.com. Follow them on Facebook, Joners Wrestling Podcast Network. Twitter at @WithJoners_pod. I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collarandelbowbrand.com. Use the promo code Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast.